Well, a little bit of a briefer answer to the question supplied by F1 Fan Formula. Good job as always doing this every week. As you can see, obviously I've decided to wear a polo shirt in respect of the fact that we've had a very hot but very magical Malaysia. A little bit of light colour there, but obviously if I was in Malaysia and I was sweating, you probably wouldn't be able to see any patches, unlike EJ, but there we go. HRT, big bone of contention through a lot of fans. Obviously, the term mobile chicane is cropping up a lot, and obviously, I think a lot of people are finding that they are not really cut out for the sport. They're in a worse position than they were 3 years ago. So it's easy to see why people can criticise quite easily and have such a judgmental opinion. Obviously, yes, my view on the incidents, I think both Jensen and Sebastian were both a bit overzealous, probably a bit overconfident as well, most notably Sebastian. Jensen was completely honest, very, very composed, cool, and to the point. Didn't make any bones about it. Sebastian, however, was very immature, especially as he is the current double world champion. His comments post-race and also his, let's put it, his hand gestures towards a fellow Formula 1 driver who is possibly a lot older. So Sebastian, respect your elders. I don't think Narain appreciated the fact of you sticking your finger up at him whilst driving along at 120, 130 miles an hour when you have a flat left puncture. And obviously this then brought on the conundrum with regards to why he did not respond to Rocky and Christian's radio calls. Obviously he'd lost his radio early in the race, but I just think it was a driver error, and Sebastian should have got a penalty, not Narain, because you could clearly see he just overtook too quickly, cut in too short, and obviously did the damage to his own vehicle, so he's got no one else to blame but himself. That's my view on it. Question 2. Yes, obviously you've heard of the Bosman incident. Let's talk about what I would like to call the Fisichella incident, if it occurs. Obviously in 2009, Giancarlo Fisichella, very notable Italian, had a lot of experience, drove with Fernando Alonso at Renault, was basically pinched by Ferrari because of his pole position and then subsequent second place race finish in 2009 at Spa. Was drafted in after Luca Badoa was not cut out for the job quite clearly, judging by the sort of moniker that he was given. Look how bad your driving is. I'm sorry, Luca, but you weren't cut out. Don't know why Ferrari put you in there. Marc Genet could have been a better pick, obviously with Michael Schumacher not being able to return to the cockpit of a Formula 1 car because of a broken neck, a neck injury sustained in a motorbike accident. Fair enough. Do I think we're going to see a mid-season change? Might, but I wouldn't hold out for it because Sergio is only in his early 20s. He's got to learn more as a driver. And to put him in that high-pressure situation, even though he's an FDA driver, not a good idea. So, it's sort of watch this space and see what Ferrari and Sauber decide to say. Obviously, they're staying tight-lipped, so early days yet, guys. Mixed weather conditions, yes. So obviously we had quite a multitude of constructors, pretty much 75% plus of the constructors were in the top 10. It really does depend, obviously, on how, we're going to see someone clearly pull away, and I think that's going to be McLaren. Red Bull, if they develop the car well enough, could be better. Obviously, Ferrari. I really don't know what to say about Ferrari, apart from the fact that Fernando can win a race on an older chassis. Felipe Tango. Force India, it's good to see both drivers in the points. Toro Rosso, I think it was Jean-Eric Verne, well done to him for getting his first point in the season, and in Formula One. Yeah, so it's a case of varying circumstances. Obviously, the conditions of each track, the weather conditions. Obviously, Spa's going to throw a spanner in the works straight away. We all know that, well documented. Take 1994 for instance, massive pile up after the very first lap. So it remains to be seen. We're only 2 races in, and we've got a 3-week break until China. So obviously, developments are probably going ahead as we speak. So we'll see what happens, obviously, with regards to China. In my honest opinion, I've got 2 drivers of the day. The first one is Sergio Perez. Fantastic drive from the young Mexican. Just such a shame that he dropped it, at that corner. Just went too wide and hit the curbing, and then there we go. But a notable mention must be made about Bruno Senna, and he showed flashes of brilliance, just like his uncle did in 1993. And Bruno was competitive. The Williams FW34 with the Renault engine and the new technical team, it has really, really helped the Grove-based squad go up. I mean, obviously, we could have seen the Williams team higher up the standings if Pasta didn't, unfortunately, have that accidental error that caused him to hit that concrete wall. But you live and you learn. That's racing. These things happen. They're meant to test people. Bruno is my second driver of the day. I have to pick 2 really because they both were notably quick. But Sergio really, really did show how quick the Sauber C31 was, even though it doesn't look very attractive with that black nose. Sauber, you might want to think your colour scheme again, maybe do it a bit differently. But there we go. All in all, a really, really good race. Looking forward to China. Probably going to see the McLarens and Mercedes qualifying high up again. So it's just really an interesting case of what happens next in the twists and tales of Formula One. And it's even more exciting than last season. I'm sorry, Sebastian. Yes, you were Mr. Pole Position King, and you won by a great margin. But this season has really changed the balance of power. And I'm looking forward to what comes next at China. So I'll see you guys in 3 weeks. And until then, take care.